What's up everyone, this is Jim Pilgrim brought to you by Exalt Virtual Training. I'm LJ and we're here in Las Vegas, Nevada at Elev8tion Fitness. Come on and take a look inside. Hey, what's up guys? We're here with Lisa Ali, the owner of Elev8tion in Las Vegas. We know Elev8tion's from or out of Miami, and then this is the first location outside of Miami, right?
Yes. Okay. So Elev8tion started in Miami. Angel Bahana, the founder of Elev8tion. So there's 4 locations there. Then I partnered with him and Peter Politis to open this facility in Las Vegas. So moved from Miami to Las Vegas to open Elev8tion Fitness. We have 1 location up and running in Spring Valley, and we are actively scouting for locations to open up a couple more.
Nice, that's really good to know. Yeah, I've been somewhat familiar with Elev8tion for 3 years, because when they opened, how long ago?
5 years.
Okay, so tell me kind of what vibe you were trying to get across here, who you were trying to attract here to this Las Vegas location.
So Elev8tion is for everybody. It's for all the people. This gym was specially designed to be able to accommodate all facets of fitness. So from our heavy lifters to our moderate and light lifters. We are known for our culture here, our vibe, our level of equipment is top notch. Pin loaded the lighter equipment as well as our heavy duty equipment like our Arsenal brands, our Atlantis equipment that you can really load up the weight. The culture here is big. It's a big family community here. Not only do we have top-notch equipment, but we're known for our vibe.
Tell me a few of the amenities that you have here outside of, your pristine workout equipment.
We have our lounge area, microwave. We allow our members to leave their food because a lot of people come, they're on strict diets.
Yeah. You got pre-workout, you got post-workout, and good selections, not some whack stuff.
No, we have good stuff, macros on it and everything, clean eating.
And you guys have a posing room, right?
We have a posing room here, and the posing room is open to all members and guest passers, which is been huge. It's been amazing.
I've seen some big names using that posing room. So let's go ahead and take a look at the gym, and then Lisa's going to show us some of her favorite piece of equipment that they have here.
Yes, we have a lot of fun stuff.
All right, let's go ahead.
Everything is designed to kind of flow together. So up in this row, we have our upper body pin loaded machine. So it's going to be a lighter machine, just pin loaded. You're going to see a mix of brands here between Cybex, Atlantis, Arsenal, Hammer Strength.
Something I always appreciate is when there's a variation. I totally get when someone is partnered up with a brand, but not a brand isn't going to have the best of everything. So I always like seeing a good variation, especially with some of the best brands.
Yeah, exactly. Like Arsenal is one of the top-notch brands. This is very popular. However, they are very heavy duty. Sometimes the equipment gets a little heavy for the women, but the big boys love it. Right?
Yeah, so some pieces of equipment will work perfectly for one person, but maybe not the different one.
Exactly. My particular favorite line happens to be Atlantis.
Oh, Atlantis, top notch. If you don't know, it's a French-Canadian brand. They've been around for decades. They're always improving their stuff. So
this is one of my favorite for upper body. It's our rear delt. So this is the fun piece. It's designed to hit lats and rear delts. So if you want to sit up straight, you can hit your lats, your side lats. But I love it for the rear delt. And the seats adjust, and you can bring forward. Everything's adjustable on this. And
great engineering on this.
Great engineering. So that's just a fun piece because
awesome. Yeah. Oh no, I don't think I've ever seen this one. And Atlantis has like tons of different pieces. So you're gonna find a lot of creativity there.
We have a few sprinkles around here. We're gonna keep our chest pieces in the middle.
Yep. Classic hammer strength.
Great chest. Most of the boys use this. I'm not a big chest person, so but every once in a while I'll hit chest. Our plate loaded arms.
Yep.
Pin loaded arms. The back area, and as you can see, we have several different variations. So that's why I like this gym. We have several different pieces here, and you're going to hit every little body part from different angles. So these are all pulls.
Yeah.
These are all pull pieces.
Lats, traps,
rows, standing. So your pullover. Another lattice piece over here.
Yep, nice pull down, yeah. Chest supporting.
So it's fun. Our legs start behind here, and then as you can see, they go back into our second overflow room over here.
Show us some of that fancy leg stuff you guys got here.
The leg stuff is fine. Like we have 7 different leg presses here.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're gonna hit. We got the vertical. We have our 2 standard. We also have a single press, which is more going to be your more quad focused. This one is my personal favorite. Yeah,
very hip.
It's going to hit the glutes and the hamstrings.
Yep, this is a Rogers Athletic hip press. So while this one over here, like she said, it's going to hit quad, it's going to create a smaller angle here. This is going to create a much smaller angle right there at the hip.
Yes. So the girls love this one, of course, right?
Oh, I mean, guys can love it too. I'm trying to get that big booty.
Yes. The guys are more hip thrusting these days. And yeah, they've incorporated
trying to keep it balanced.
So we also have, this is a popular piece, your pendulum squat, our hack squat, reverse hack squat, belt squat, single leg, hamstring curls, as well as if we turn over here, we have more. Another Atlantis leg press, as well as an Atlantis hack squat.
Yeah, so real quick, this one's super special. If you guys are familiar with Coach Kassem Hansen, he actually helped Atlantis put this together. So it's not just a regular hack squat, but as you can see, you can bring this up, and you can also move the foot plate. So if you want more angled at the hips, or more angled at the ankles, it will totally change the dynamic of whether you're hitting the hips or the quads.
Well said.
Thank you. I try to know my stuff.
And then we do have a Rogers Pendulum Squat Pro. So this is a fun, popular piece for squatting.
Yeah, oh man, this one's great. Honestly, I love this for RDL, or good mornings, I guess.
I do too.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite thing. I love the angle that it pushes you into. Probably my favorite thing to use it for, but obviously squatting as well.
Yeah, I put a step, and I like to do reverse lunges.
That's great too.
Big targets, and then our booty area over here. So we have our
multi-hip,
a couple different variations of our hip thrust, our reverse hyper over here, and then we have our deadlift platforms, and we have our bumper plates for power lifters over here.
It's cool that you got some power lift stuff in here. You usually don't see that. That's more of like a southeast kind of stuff, like Texas, Florida. So it's cool that you guys got some of that over here.
Yeah, we got a mix of stuff. Several different variations of bars. So
nice, kabuki, rogue, can't go wrong with that.
Bar over here, so squat racks, of course, the standard Smith machine, our hyper extensions, calf raises, single leg extensions. Another little bonus area. We have our curve, as well as some accessory pieces, our abductions, a couple back extensions, our ab equipment. And then if you turn over here, our posing room.
All right, let's see your 2 favorite poses. And then I like this. This is a great addition to see your back. Yep.
A bikini, so.
Perfect. Do you guys ever do any workshops here by chance?
Yes, we do. So we've hosted a couple NPC workshops with like Sandy Williamson, the head judge of IFBB NPC, as well as we have one coming up with her, I believe, this summer and in the fall.
Okay,
so,
cool. Yeah. And she helps with the posing coaching, correct?
Yeah, so she'll run the seminar, and then we'll bring in the professional athletes that are in the area, and they'll actually coach and posing. Yeah.
Very cool. Thanks. Back to the turf. I love it when a gym has turf, especially nowadays. I feel like turf exercise, sled exercise are becoming a little bit more popular, especially with like ATG type programming. So especially for the trainers and their clients, I feel like having a turf
and then
area.
On the weekends, like a couple of trainers like to host little like classes, like glute classes, glute camps, and this serves as a great area for it.
Very cool.
And then we have some chiropractor on site.
Do you have any massage therapists that come here or anything else like that?
That would be Corey. Okay. Yeah, he does it all.
Okay.
He's currently on the floor right now. It's EDC weekend, so everyone's partying.
Yeah, right. Nice. That's cool.
Chiropractor on site, lots of independent trainers.
That's why it's so dead. But we like it to not be too crowded either.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Out of curiosity, do you guys have a membership capacity? Or a limit?
Not at this moment. We're getting the feel for it.
Okay.
So We'll see like when it starts getting thin if we start having to cap. But by that time we should have our second location open.
Yeah. And so that's the goal, to have multiple locations here. Okay, so if it ever gets too busy, you'll be like, okay, next location.
Yeah,
open
exactly.
It soon.
Yeah,
okay.
it's a 3-month commitment, or you can do a paid in full option. We have guest passes as well, day passes, month passes.
Good to know.
We're constantly doing events. The last Tuesday of every month is our Member Appreciation Day, as well as we let guests train free that day.
And tell us what the average monthly membership cost is?
$89 a month.
If day pass is free, second day, how much is that?
$30 for a day pass.
Okay, perfect. So once again, thanks so much for your time,
No
Lisa. It's been such a pleasure.
Everybody come check us out.
I've been a member at Elev8tion Fitness since the gym opened. What I love about this gym is the culture. That's my favorite part. As I was going into my prep for the bodybuilding show for the Arnold, I had people in the gym who were already pros offering support, training with me, giving me tips, encouraging me the whole way. Every time I walked in the gym, people are like, oh my gosh, how's your prep going? And it was just really uplifting the whole time.
I feel like a lot of people wanting to make the switch to a gym like this are very intimidated, maybe by people, your success. What do you have to say to those type of people?
Bodybuilders are the nicest people. Like, I've had people stop and ask me like, oh, how to use that machine? And I'm happy to tell them, and I've seen other people do the same thing. I've stopped and been like, hey, how do I use that properly? And people are so nice. So no matter what level you're at, we all ask questions sometimes, and people are always nice. And my Instagram is thatnutritionchick, and my name is Courtney Starr.
All right, guys, so what we're gonna do for a workout today is gonna take you through what one of my virtual clients is doing right now. She's an intermediate athlete, and she's just trying to really build up her glutes, so we have her doing a hypertrophy program for that. I'm gonna take you through some of the movements. I'm gonna show you them on some of my favorite pieces of equipment, but also tell you the alternative to do if you don't have access to this equipment. What we're gonna be doing right here is we're gonna be doing a step up, really focusing on the glute. And so this piece of equipment is really nice because I can change it to exactly what height I want. If you don't have this, obviously you can just use a box and stack it up to the appropriate height. And I'll tell you a few things we're going to be looking for, but also one more nice thing about this equipment is the handle right here. Now, I'm not necessarily going to use it to pull myself up like this. I'm going to just use it as balance. So you'll probably see my wrist on it, so I'm not, tempting myself. So one thing that you're going to want to do is cross over a tiny bit. So the knee's almost going to be centered up with the sternum right here. And then we're going to really drop the rib cage down to the thigh right here. And as you can see on this side, and this is about as stretched as my glute is going to get. From there, I'm going to slowly press up. As you can see, I'm not pressing off with my bottom leg. I'm trying to keep all the tension on this leg. I'm keeping the shin perpendicular with the ground and putting the force through my foot, especially through my heel. So, boom. And you really want to control this. So this next exercise is going to be a glute kickback, very supported from this machine. You're going to need one of these, tons of different brands that make them, real cheap if your gym doesn't have one. Amazon will, or we might have some coming soon. Maybe, maybe not. So go ahead and hook it up there. You're going to want that pretty close to the ground. And as you can see, I have it coming inward on this machine so that I can get as much support from this as possible. And as you can see, my glute isn't coming all the way up because I'm really trying to focus on all that tension. And you can see that there's going to be the most tension because my leg is at a 45-degree angle with the tension from the cable. And then I just kick it back to about right there because that's where my glute's going to stop. If I come back more than that, I'm going to start putting on my lower back, and it's just unnecessary. I'm not saying it's going to kill you, but it's unnecessary if you're working your glute. So right there, and you're gonna feel it really squeeze right there. If you don't have access to that kind of support on a cable machine, I'm seeing a lot of multi-hips pop up in gyms these days, which is great. And as in the name, multi, there's a lot of different things that you can do with it. So first thing you're gonna look for is that right below your hip bone, that's where you're gonna be rotating at. Maybe even a little bit lower. That's where you want the middle part lined up with. Every single machine is gonna have this centerpiece. Imagine it's perfectly there. If it's off by a few degrees, it's not that big of a deal. So you're gonna bring your leg up onto here, and you're gonna really try to stabilize yourself so that nothing else is moving outside of leg in the hip socket. I'm gonna pull this out just like that. And if you can see, with the lack of support, it's so easy that you start bending that lower back a little bit more and taking it off the glute. So do a real good job at trying to stabilize yourself with the bar in front of you. But yeah, that's how you would do it on this type of machine. All right, right here we have the Super Squat Pro by Rogers Athletic. Really good. They've been around for a while. They've mainly focused on athletic type stuff, but I feel like you're seeing more of their equipment pop up in bodybuilding type gyms like this one. I love to use it to do a Romanian deadlift. Or sorry, not a Romanian, good morning. So we're gonna get under here, support ourselves, not quite on top of the shoulders like that, just kind of above the shoulder blades. Gonna unlock it here, and I like to support myself right there. You're gonna find the right footing for you so that you get that bend in the hips and keep all that tension on the hamstrings. As you can see, I'm pushing my hips back, and the machine's actually helping me move backward. So instead of dropping me down and forward, it's kind of pushing me into the right position. So that's why I really love this, especially for someone who's really trying to nail down that hip hinging for a good morning RDL. This is perfect because it's going to force you into a better position. I'm keeping those legs very straight, trying to keep that spine straight and forcing the butt, the hips back, and getting a good stretch in those hamstrings. Much easier to support yourself than using especially like a free weight barbell. I don't know how people good morning with a barbell. It's freaking hard. So yeah, very comparable to the kabuki bar that we use at Smash Iron. And what was so nice about that, it was gonna keep the weight forward so that you're counterbalanced as you're pushing your hips back. But obviously with the machine, you're not even gonna have to think about that because it's gonna keep you in the position you're trying to get to. Now making sure to keep that spine straight. A common mistake is obviously starting to bend that lower back. Now just reposition. What you're almost gonna wanna do is push the ribs and the spine like that, almost popping out the belly button without putting too much extension on that lower back, but forcing it into the thighs and keeping that spine straighter. So this one's a very common machine, a seated leg curl. Sideback's really good brand. I like their Prestige line, I like their Eagle line. It's pretty popular, so you might have it in whatever local gym you have, but you're gonna get in there. You're going to make sure that your knees are lined up with this pivot point, just like we were talking about on the hip, the multi-hip. You're gonna lock your legs in real secure, and then you're going to keep your legs at hip distance. I see people kind of bring them out here, and it's a little funky because you're trying to force your legs. Your legs want to move in like this, but the machine is moving like that. So just bring your feet closer together, get it at hip distance, and then curl it. And as you can see, everything else is staying stable. I actually see this as a really good alternative to lion leg curls. And if you struggle with lion leg curls from your butt coming up, so this is going to lock you in and keep your hips in a different position where you're not going to have to bring that butt up. Protects your lower back from overusage, and it will teach you to just strengthen the hamstrings in the curling position. And that's that machine.